celebrate birthdays. And we will remind you it is a Tuesday. First day of September. Oh, boy. Time sure flies when you're having fun, huh, Gene?
Yeah, I don't know about flies. It's been dragging on here.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm not even sure what day, what month, Yeah, how many years have we been in the pandemic lockdown? What, 8, 9 years now?
Yeah, at least 9 years.
Yeah.
Decades.
Okay. But, hey, I feel much better about it because Governor Newsom has announced his Skittles schedule for reopening the economy.
Yep, Skittles.
Yep. All the different colors of Skittles.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And for what it's worth, Imperial County is purple.
As most counties are.
Yeah, well.
From what I learned.
Hard to say.
But I don't know how to interpret it, so. I would before always say I knew how to interpret it, but.
You wonder how many bureaucrats in Sacramento are losing sleep over trying to figure out how to come up with the right dashboard, the right color combinations, and the right verbiage to put out all this stuff.
And the right accent of colors. And those are the important things.
Yeah. But if you look at the chart, it just kind of looks like a bag of Skittles. Oh, well. It is September 1st. September 1st is Classical Music Month.
All right.
Okay. I actually worked, kind of a brief fill-in at a classical music station in San Diego. They needed somebody on short notice, and I was available.
Well, you learned something probably, too, when you did that.
I caught up on my sleep.
Yeah. Well, and you had all of those wonderful Mozart, Beethoven, and you had all that culture around you.
Yes. I certainly did.
Did they do any opera?
No, just classical music.
Just classical music.
Yeah, I think they may have done opera on Sunday, but like I said, it was a quick fill-in, one-night job. At that time, if you recall, you had to have a license to be a radio operator.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a license because I was working as a, on the air. And they needed somebody quick, and they knew me, and they called me and said, can you fill in? So-and-so is sick. We need somebody quick. I said, okay.
How long did you do that?
One night.
Oh, just one night?
Yeah.
Seemed like 100 years. No.
Almost. Yeah, they never asked me back. I did okay, considering.
Well, when you just remembered not to put the record on and then go like this and follow it around clockwise to try to read the title.
Yes. Yeah, I learned that one of the first days on the job in San Bernardino, actually.
It's hard to do that. Well, then you could slide Q, so.
Yes, slip Q.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Slip Q.
Okay. Anyway, we've got birthdays. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, our big shot birthdays. We already mentioned George Maharis. He's 92. Comedian, actor Lily Tomlin, 81. Actor Don Stroud, 77. Singer Archie Bell of Archie Bell and the Drells, 76. And let's see, singer Barry Gibb is 74. I believe he's the only surviving BG. Drummer Greg Errico of Sly and the Family Stone, 72. Singer Gloria Estefan, 63. Actor Ricardo Antonio Chavarria is 49. Actor Maury Sterling, 49. Actor Scott Speedman, 45. Actor Boyd Holbrook, 39. Actor Zoe Lister-Jones, 38. Actor Aisling Loftus, is 30. Local birthdays coming up.
The coronavirus is affecting everyone.
Must wear face coverings when out.
Well, what do I do?
What are you going to do?
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
What are you going to do?
Going to a concert.
School.
Having dinner with friends.
Take better care of each other.
Support local shops and stores. Offering more help to others.
This should be over soon.
Let's say happy birthday today to Anna Watson, J.J. Jaime, Lorena Lacar, Lillian Sanchez, Ron Pegues, Angel Mercado, Forrest Snow, Maria Quintero, May Harrington, Silvio Rocha, Tammy Hernandez, Alan Phillips, Cameron Sidhu, Charlotte Levy, Pamela Graham, Greg Byers, Juan Jose Gonzalez, Magda Peon, Martha Castro, Rufina Flores, Mel Hewitt, Olga Rodriguez, Mackenzie Medicinca, Ruben Zabala, and Christopher Thomas. Happy birthday. And we have a couple of anniversaries to add. John and Jackie Medicinca, and Paul Marcos and Alejandra Santillan celebrating their anniversary today.
Okay.
So, we've got news coming up. First day of dove season. I did not hear
I was just going to say, didn't hear one.
No.
And it's 7:30, and of course they've been out there for a while if they're dove hunting. So.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Because,
the
sunrise
doves
was quite a while ago.
Yeah, the doves will live to fly another day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, and again, you're not going out.
Not in this state.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere else, but,
yeah,
been the usual. But I hope we do have some, because anything is better than nothing. It helps the economy.
Yes, it certainly does.
Somebody.
Yeah. Okay. I just got a message. There are a good number of hunters in the Holtville area.
Oh.
And I would imagine up north, up around Nyland, Worcester, up in that area, there's typically some heavy traffic.
Usually that's the case.
Yes. Gaston's Cafe is not open anymore.
I don't. I think.
Yeah, that used to be the gathering spot.
It's got a different name.
Yeah.
I believe that building survived. I don't think it got touched by the fire. But the name of the place has changed some time ago.
Okay. Well, we've got news if you're ready.
I'm ready.
It's a look at World and California news headlines right now, and it is brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, you call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News Brief. President Trump goes to Kenosha, Wisconsin shortly, more than a week after the police shooting that sparked violence and destruction there. While some officials and residents say he'll just fan the flames, others say they welcome him.
I think that it's wonderful. I think it shows that he cares about us. He cares about America. He cares about Kenosha and the devastation that we have faced here in the light of all of these riots.
Uber riders, it's time to mask up or find another ride. CBS's Allison Keyes.
By the end of this month in the U.S. and Canada, if a driver reports that a rider wasn't wearing a mask, that person will be required to take a selfie wearing a face covering before they're allowed to take another Uber ride.
Congressman Joe Kennedy says he's feeling good about his chances of unseating longtime Senator Ed Markey in today's Massachusetts Democratic primary.
I believe we've got an awful lot of support around the state. Our supporters are less like the voters, so having that turn out higher, all good news.
CBS News Brief. I'm Peter King.
Whatever the weather brings this summer, you can rely on a York Affinity premium system to keep your home cool and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bill. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Now, every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties, and affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. Contractor's license 696-216.
California headline news. Deputies in Los Angeles County shoot a black suspect to death after a confrontation. They had stopped 29-year-old Dijon Kizzy for a code violation while riding his bike.
Immediately upon making contact with our suspects,
Our suspect was holding some items of clothing in his hands, punched one of the officers in the face, and then dropped the items in his hands.
Lieutenant Brandon Dean says the shooting occurred after deputies saw a semi-automatic handgun that had fallen to the ground. Some vandalism reported from the protests that took place overnight, but it was mostly peaceful demonstrators who gathered at the scene. State lawmakers passing legislation to ban evictions through January for people who can't pay their rent because of fallout from the pandemic.
This by no means is a handout. Just a hand, again, during this crisis is exactly what is needed at this time, and I respectfully ask for a vote.
Senate Democrat Stephen Bradford of Gardenia. Governor Newsom signing the measure that prevents landlords from evicting tenants who don't pay rent between March and August, banning evictions for those who pay at least 25% that's due through next January. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. Call Lock Air Conditioning today.
Morning.
How'd you get in my house, B?
Through the air conditioning vent. It's dark in there.
Go away.
How about some Honey Nut Cheerios?
Cheerios. Do I look like a child to you?
Honey Nut Cheerios are tasty and can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet. Did you just
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard a
It was my dryer.
You might want to get that thing checked out.
Have a change of heart. Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that.
Rest easy. With the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
Okay, but can it help keep us asleep?
It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's our biggest sale of the year where all beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning. 2 people injured in an El Centro traffic accident on Monday morning. Carol Buckley has more information.
Well, the accident occurred at about 10:30 yesterday morning in the area of 4th and Hamilton in El Centro. 2 vehicles involved. One of them rolled over. 2 victims. A woman was life-flighted to Desert Regional Medical Center with head trauma by Mercy Air. And another injured party from the accident transported to El Centro Regional Medical Center. The accident is still under investigation.
Bureau County Health Officer has issued an amended health officer order. The changes in the order were made to align with the recently released blueprint for a safer economy. Under the new system, Imperial County is in Tier 1, a widespread risk. At a minimum, counties must remain in a tier for at least 3 weeks before being allowed to move forward. Data review will be reviewed weekly, and tiers will be updated on Tuesdays. To move forward, a county must meet the next tier's criteria for 2 consecutive weeks. Health Officer Dr. Stephen Monday said, even as we begin to advance through the stages of the blueprint and as we approach the upcoming holiday weekend, he stated, I can't stress how important it is for residents to remember to practice the safety measures that are still in place, avoid gatherings, public social distancing, and continue to wear facial coverings. Well, Monday update is now available. George Gale filed this story.
It was released by the County Public Health Department. Latest COVID-19 update indicates there are now 293 deaths attributed to COVID-19 in Imperial County. 58,642 patients have tested for the virus. 10,719 have tested positive. 9,651 people have recovered. The update says there are currently 775 active cases of COVID-19 in the Imperial County. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time 7:44.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers for your service needs. Whether it's a lube job, oil and filter change, brake job, battery or wheel balance and alignment, Quick Lane can handle it. And Quick Lane services all makes and all models. Oh, and by the way, you never need an appointment. Tires, all the best brands at the best price. Guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, right next to Food for Less.
At around 12:40 a.m. this morning, a earthquake struck. The quake measured 3.7 on the Richter scale. It was located just over 79 miles south of Mexicali, Mexico. Red Shoe Day is in the news and will not be held this year, sadly enough. George Gale has the story.
It is an annual fundraising event for Ronald McDonald House in San Diego. Chuck Day, CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities in San Diego, spoke with KXO Radio yesterday. He said the event was canceled this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Said the Ronald McDonald House, however, is still open and operational. In fact, Day said they have got their COVID protocols in place and are running smoothly. He says they are currently housing 35 families and are carefully expanding to house even more. Families not staying at Ronald McDonald House are still coming in for to-go meals. Day says Ronald McDonald House provides a place for families to stay outside, from outside San Diego, who have children or who are being treated at area hospitals. Numbers have indicated 25% of the annual residents at Ronald McDonald House are from Imperial County. Without the fundraiser this year, donations are even more important. Day says you can go to rmhcsd.org to find out how to become a donor. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back. That concludes this edition of Local News.
Page 1 of the Local News, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and in El Centro on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Baja Farms in Holtville has been farming for many years and takes pride in what they've accomplished with their operation. It has enabled them to support their communities and support youth of Imperial Valley from FFA to 4-H, youth sports, and academics. Baja Farms hopes to continue this for many years. And here's a message from your friends at Baja Farms. During these trying times, be safe, stay healthy, and God bless America.
It's page 2 of the Local News, page 2, and in-depth weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
Continuing with more local news, the first day of the 2020 dove season got underway this morning.
And we are getting reports. Yes, there is heavy hunting in the Holtville area, in El Centro as well, in the El Centro surrounding areas, and also in the North End. So, yeah, there are hunters out there.
Good to know then. Well, the season for mourning dove, white-winged dove, spotted dove, and ring turtle dove began a half hour before sunrise this morning. Fewer dove hunters are expected this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and also because the season starts on a Tuesday instead of a weekend. Mourning dove and white-winged dove have a daily bag limit of 15, up to 10 of which may be white wing. The possession limit is triple the daily bag limit. There is no limit on the Eurasian collared dove, and the season is open year-round for the invasive species. Non-lead ammunition is required in California. The first part of the season runs the 1st through the 15th of September, with the second hunt period November the 14th through December the 28th. Dove hunting in Arizona will coincide with the first part of the California dove season. Well, the governor has a new plan. Here's more on that story.
It is for those living with COVID-19. Governor Gavin Newsom unveiled the blueprint for a Safer Economy, a statewide stringent and slow plan for living with COVID-19. Plan imposes risk-based criteria on tightening and loosening COVID-19 allowable activities and expands the length of time between changes to assess how the movement affects the trajectory of the disease. Based on recent data, each county will fall into one of 4 colored tiers: purple for widespread, red for substantial, orange for moderate, and yellow for minimal, based on how prevalent COVID-19 is in each county and the extent of community spread. Color will indicate how sectors can operate. Prio County is currently in the purple stage. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Deadlines are looming for the 2021 California Midwinter Fair livestock exhibits. The Fair Board has sent out a letter stating that they are continuing to work towards the 2021 date for the fair to open. The fair is scheduled for February 26th through March 7th of next year, and the livestock exhibit deadlines are coming up soon. The production steer judging class has already been postponed, but all other livestock categories continue for now. The 2020 California Midwinter Fair was the last California fair to run its full schedule, and as the pandemic eases, it may be the first to open in the 2021 season. But as the Fair Board said, there are no guarantees. The fair is an agency of the state of California, and the decision on the 2021 California Midwinter Fair ultimately rests with the state. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance is announcing Covered California has extended their enrollment period until August 31st. Because of COVID-19, enrollment has doubled from last year. David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in the Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right choice and what fits your budget. Don't hesitate. Call David H. West Insurance today and make an appointment at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, drier air will settle back into the region. Temperatures near the seasonal normal will persist into the middle of the week, however, warm significantly during the latter half of the week, with readings returning to above seasonal normal levels. An excessive heat watch has been issued for Friday through Monday. 105 the high yesterday, 83 the low. Sunny with a high near 105 today. Light winds becoming east-northeast about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 82. South-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 106. Light wind becoming southeast about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. We have 84 degrees downtown, 66% relative humidity. Wind out of the southeast at 7 to 10 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services. Let's jump right into sports time. NBA action. The Heat hammered the Bucks 115-104. The Heat lead the East semifinal series 1-0. Meanwhile, the Rockets and the Thunder played. That series tied 3-3 since Thunder topped the Rockets 104-100. Major League Baseball, the Marlins rolled over the Mets 5-3. Orioles nipped the Blue Jays 4-3 in 11. Mariners tweaked the Angels 2-1. Cardinals clubbed the Reds 7-5. Rays over the Yankees 5-3. Phillies topped the Nationals 8-6. Braves beat the Red Sox 6-3. Brewers 6. Pirates 5. Meanwhile, the Royals edged the Indians 2-1. White Sox, they powered up and beat the Twins 8-5, and the Padres, 9 hits, 6 runs, shut out the Rockies 6-0. And the Padres on the move, picking up, a catcher that can hit for the first time. And they also picked up Cleveland Indians ace Mike Clevenger. Clevenger to the Padres. The Indians receive Cal Quantrill, Josh Naylor, catcher Austin Hedges, as well as 3 minor league prospects. That's it for Sports Time. Stick around, financial news just ahead. Are you in need of your high school diploma? The Central Union Adult School offers the GED, the high school equivalency test, and our own 135-credit high school diploma program for adults aged 18 and up. We are also your locally authorized Pearson and ETS testing center. And coming this fall, we are offering GRE testing as well. Call us at 760-312-7050 or visit us at cuhsd.net or on Facebook. It's financial news and a brief look at the weather. And it is brought to you by Roto-Rooter. The Imperial Valley's Roto-Rooter, they work when drains don't. The Dow Jones Industrial Average showing, it's green, but not by a bunch, up 35 points at 28,465. S&P 500 at 3510, that's up 10. And the NASDAQ showing a gain of 107 right now at 11,882. Gold off $5.80 an ounce. Oil is up 72 cents a barrel. Meanwhile, the market, it finished an August that was just red hot. Everything that was lost at the start of the pandemic has bounced back. A strong month for broad U.S. stock indexes. The first since the April bounce back from the pandemic lows of March. The Dow Jones Industrial Average underwent 3 changes yesterday. Salesforce.com replaced ExxonMobil. Amgen Incorporated replaced Pfizer. And Honeywell International replaced Raytheon Technologies on the Dow Jones board. KXO Financial News Time, 7:57.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialists. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection. Water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 53 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789. That's 352-6789 or 344-2533 in the North End. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
Well, in other news, the market continues to show gains. Dr. Fauci says Labor Day will be key if there is hope of containing coronavirus this fall. Meanwhile, AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine heads to late-stage trials, and Gilead stock fell 21% since April 30th, underscoring investor questions about remdesivir's potential. It will be sunny today with a high near 105, light winds. Clear tonight with a low around 82, south-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Sunny on Wednesday with a high near 106, light winds becoming southeast about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. We have 84 degrees downtown, 66% relative humidity. Wind right now is out of the east-southeast at 7 to 10 miles per hour. And the financial news, brief look at the weather, all brought to you this morning by Roto-Rooter in El Centro and Brawley. When drains don't work, They do.
For RV service, go to El Centro RV Service and Supply, corner of Dogwood and Ross Avenue in El Centro. Don't let an RV issue dampen your spirits or your plans. They work on most RVs and trailers, even working with manufacturer warranties. Mobile service is available too. For your next RV repair, call El Centro RV Service and Supply, 760-352-2394. That's 352-2394. Or stop at the corner of Dogwood and Ross and El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
CBS News is next. It is brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
Is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump goes to Kenosha, Wisconsin today, scene of a police shooting that touched off violent protests. Some people think it's not the right move.
He has, in my opinion, done nothing but created an atmosphere of hatred and distrust amongst all races. I just don't see a good reason for him to come here at all.
But Scott Carpenter, whose family saw its furniture store destroyed in violence, sees it differently.
I think it is going to be helpful that President Trump comes here. He can see the destruction that is caused by the violence that is ensued by the following of what's going on here, and maybe we can pull some things together.
Well, there was more turmoil in the streets of Portland, and with a fire burning near his home, Mayor Ted Wheeler was mocked by a crowd. Happy tear-gas to you. On his birthday. Now to L.A., CBS's Steve Futterman has details on a fatal police shooting that sparked a protest.
It began when deputies spotted a man on a bicycle in violation of vehicle codes. They pursued him. Sheriff's Lieutenant Brandon Dean.
Our suspect was holding some items of clothing in his hands, punched one of the officers in the face, and then dropped the items in his hands. The deputies noticed that inside the clothing items that he dropped was a black semi-automatic handgun, at which time a deputy-involved shooting occurred.
There were protests last night. This woman wondering if the suspect had to be killed.
They didn't have to shoot him more than 5 times. They could have shot him 1 time in the leg.
Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, Iowa State says it's going to allow 25,000 fans to attend the school's football opener next weekend.
We still feel that we can move forward.
Athletic Director Jamie Pollard is fine with it. Some students aren't.
I probably would opt out. I don't think I'd feel that safe.
In New York City, in-class instruction delayed 11 days to give teachers more prep time. Public tours of the White House stopped 6 months ago because of the coronavirus are set to resume later on this month with new rules. Massachusetts primary voters have a Kennedy on the ballot today in a Senate battle against a longtime incumbent. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Congressman Joe Kennedy's challenging Senator Ed Markey in what's become a bitterly personal contest.
You said that you deserve justice.
One at a time.
They didn't get it from your office.
Let him respond.
The 39-year-old, a grandson of the late Robert F. Kennedy, believes the 74-year-old senator isn't doing enough to represent the state.
He missed over 50% of the votes in this critical time of COVID-19, a public health and economic catastrophe.
Shares of Zoom are zooming up around 40%. The company now more valuable than GM. The Dow's up 40. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Capital One. Capital One's banking app lets you manage your money anytime, anywhere. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A.
And now a game of commercial chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's official. The sale of the summer has arrived. Dell's Labor Day sale is happening right now with rare deals like savings of up to $300 on some of the latest and most innovative XPS and Alienware PCs yet with Intel Core processors. Plus, save on a curated selection of premium tech like Samsung TVs. All with complimentary shipping. Call 800-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/Labor Day. Again, call 800-BUY-DELL to take advantage of unprecedented Labor Day tech deals.
The footlights are going back on in London.
Sleepless in Seattle.
First the movie, now the musical. Its world premiere here postponed nearly 6 months by the pandemic.
I have to start, Sam. It's been a year now.
54 weeks.
Dad! A bereaved father and son finding love again after loss.
I thought that love...
Cast and crew have been undergoing daily COVID tests. Members of the audience will be masked, sit socially distanced, and be temperature checked on arrival, with the theater disinfected after each performance. London's theaters are reopening, but cautiously. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Miranda Lambert's the top nominee for this year's Country Music Association Awards. She has 7 and is up for Entertainer of the Year. Luke Combs has 6. Justin Bieber is up for 1 for a duet he did with Dan and Shay. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The food insecurity rate for Imperial Valley is estimated at 17% for all residents. Tragically, it soars to 33% for our children. Imagine 1 of every 3 children are challenged by hunger. The Imperial Valley Food Bank is striving to end hunger in the valley. When kids have nutritious food to eat, they learn more in school, are sick less often, crime declines, and the cycle of poverty can end. This is John Levada asking you to support the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
CBS News presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.